Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. So, we finally get an answer as to what John is holding over Jason. And of course, it's not himself, it is Carly. Apparently, he has evidence of RICO violations that Carly did at some point in time that they're going to sit there and just, make up because, yeah, we know that Carly did take over the mob for a little bit, but it was a very, very, very short tenure. Like, literally one meeting. So, how did that one meeting add up to these RICO violations on Carly's behalf? Well, I'm pretty sure the writer's going to sit there and just kind of squiggle it in there somewhere. And of course, let's just be honest. We knew that it was most likely Carly because, to be honest, we would have all been pissed off if Jason was doing this for Sonny. Now, yes, Sonny has been off his meds. His meds have been messed with since when Sonny beat up Cyrus in the church. But all the stuff that he's been sitting there saying, just out of pocket, in a lot of ways, it would have been a real slap to our faces if he was sitting there protecting Sonny. So I'm glad that that didn't happen. But yeah, Anna brings in Jason, and Jason's not really talking, and then brings in John, and John is like, yeah, this kind of messes up our whole deal, right? And Jason's like, well, you lied to me. You didn't sit there and really tell me who you were, the connection, everything like that. My family, this, that, and the third. And what I like about John in this scene, John pretty much is like, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't give a damn about your feelings, okay? This this whole thing still stands. He's like, yo, listen, you're going to be bait. Because if you're not bait, then Carly's going to jail. Point blank period. And that's when we find out. And just a simple fact that, John just not really stood up to Jason, but just kind of put him in his place and just kind of remind him, who's in charge. I'm like, I like this guy. I like this guy so far. But, eventually Jason's like, I'll do it just to kind of, like he doesn't want to do it because he feels like by him doing that, he's going to put the people he loves in danger. But he's like, there's really no other choice. Anna seems a little more sympathetic towards Jason at this point, which is really odd because she was there giving so much smoke to Sonny yesterday about him being a mobster and him being a bad person now. But, with Jason, Anna looked like she's about to sit there and cry just how touched she is about the sacrifice that Jason's doing. Like, he's not a career criminal himself, but okay, Anna, whatever. Now, let's talk about this scene with Drew and Nina. Because I'm going to be honest, I really sat there and was just like, Drew, what did you come to see Nina for? Like, he came over there, they get into this little bit of a spat or whatever, and, Nina's sitting there throwing it in Drew's face about Carly, Jason, and everything like that. And pretty much just saying, when Drew was like, hey, listen, I dumped her. And Nina was like, no, you just kind of you were going to get dumped, so you pretty much kind of did it first or whatever, and just kind of just throwing his whole relationship in his face. They're going back and forth, and I'm kind of just like, again, Drew, what was the point of you getting down here? Because both of them made some valid points throughout this whole thing. Nina not really taking accountability for what she did, and Nina Smith is saying, "Hey, listen, at the end of the day, what I did to y'all was legal. Like, you sit there trying to act like I'm some sort of criminal or whatever, and you're the one that actually want to go into jail for Carly. Like, at the end of the day, you chose to go to jail for Carly. They both made valid points, but at the end of the day, it's like, Drew, was this whole meeting productive whatsoever? And the only thing that he saw, um, because Nina was sitting there writing some sort of article about something, and it piqued Drew's interest, and he looked. He was like, "Oh, I guess maybe this whole thing will work out after all." I'm just like, was there a reason why you couldn't act like a grown ass adult and just come down there and check on Nina and just leave instead of this old cat fight that just sitting there doing with her that went absolutely nowhere, was not productive whatsoever, and pretty much got nothing done. Stella and Curtis. So, Curtis was able to stand today. I know a lot of people kept saying they want to see Curtis fall, like something realistic. But, when he was standing, Stella was in tears and everything like that. And she was like, why haven't you not told anyone that you can be able to do that? And, Curtis gives some sort of reason as far as like, I don't want to, have them see me struggle and this, that, and the third. And then Stella takes this whole him not saying anything yet until he's able to, do more than just stand up for a few seconds as some sort of lie of omission to Portia, and they're saying, small lies, certain big lies, and, marriages have been ruined, and, y'all done so much damage to y'all marriage. I'm just like, Stella, no offense, but I don't think it's really that big of a deal if he didn't sit there and tell his wife just yet that he's able to stand up for a few seconds. Like, you're making it seem like if she found out, like, she'll wind up ending the marriage or something. Like, I'm sorry, but I felt like what she said was just blown way out of proportion. Long story is, when Portia does get there, he does wind up standing, and she's all happy and everything like that. But I felt like what she said was just so out of proportion. Like, okay, it's like I'm pretty sure he wasn't able to stand for that long. He probably wasn't even able to stand. He probably wasn't even able to like start standing up for that long period of time. Where it's like it would even be that much of an argument. And hell, what's the worst that can wind up happening? She finds out that he's able to stand for a little bit, so what? She's just gonna get totally upset and take the ring and throw it at him. It just really didn't make any sense. I felt like that whole conversation was just pointless because of what she said was just blown out of proportion. But I guess you had to find some ways to sit there and stretch out 35 minutes because that's how long the show is, really, without commercials. I think it's probably actually shorter than that if you really think about it. Jocelyn is sitting there talking to Carly about how she misses Dex, and like if he texts or whatever, then she's not going to answer it. She's still upset about the whole thing, and to me, it's still just stupid. And she's acting like she's brand new to what he was doing, like he was just sitting there washing windows and driving Sonny around. So, like her sadness, it's really stupid. I felt more bad for her when she lost Oscar than this stupid breakup that she has going on with Dex. Also, Michael was there. They were sitting there talking about Jason for a little bit, along with Willow and Carly thanking Willow for, patching Jason up and talking about how Spinelli really kind of like came through for her. Wiley was there. Most of this conversation didn't really go anywhere. It was kind of just a lot of stuff they were saying was pretty much just to catch people up. Like if you missed it the last past couple of days, it's pretty much just to kind of catch people up. But if you've already been caught up, most of the stuff is just kind of like re-dialogue. I mean, not re-dialogue, but just like reminiscing of what wound up happening. Not reminiscing, but there's a better word for that. Recapping. There we go. That's pretty much what I'm doing right now. Um, what else? Oh, and Dex, interviewing with some guy named, I don't even really care what his name is, but interviewing him. Okay, just for clarity, what is his name? Something with a B. Anyway, he interviews Dex, and at first he's asking about certain things that he wound up doing. Um, his biggest concern is the fact that he's worked with Sonny before. Also, the gaps in his work history is an issue, but the fact that he was working for the military and the reason that he gay for wanting to be, be a cop, it seemed like he was like, okay, well, that's, he had that look like, okay, well, that's a valid reason. Compare being a cop to being a soldier and everything and having purpose and greater mission and things of that nature. So most likely he'll probably want to get a job. Which, to be honest, see, this is why Sonny should have just put two in his head and just been done with him. Because now if he sits there and does anything, it's killing a cop, and that's a whole lot more heat on that, which he doesn't need. Just another thing before I sit there and kind of wrap this video up. At the end of the day, Drew needs Nina more than Nina needs her. Than Nina needs him. Yeah, it gives her purpose and stuff like that. But to be honest, Nina's rich, okay? And Drew, you're a businessman. That's going to look bad in your portfolio if Nina doesn't want to take a job and cleaning up the mess that the bad decision that you made of firing her, the fact that you hired somebody that had no experience, and if she decides to walk, who are you gonna want up getting? Whoever you're gonna want up getting is probably not going to be as good as Nina. So she's really doing you a favor, and yet you're sitting there walking around trying to get up in her face, trying to throw, oh, this is your baby, this gives you purpose, and yada yada yada. I was like, honestly, tell you the truth, she could just be like Paris Hilton and just kind of really do nothing, which is exactly what Paris Hilton does. So, who needs who again? I'm just saying. Anyway, I feel like that's pretty much about it. Only exciting stuff to me was probably the Jason and Anna stuff and John. The rest of the stuff is, for me personally, kind of forgettable. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are. There's more to talk about. So if I missed anything, and I'm pretty sure I probably did, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, Young and Restless, because I do have more thoughts on those, even if I didn't do a review on Days or Y&R. I got some thoughts on those as well. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.